Good evening. Hello, Jane. Hello, Monachessa. Oh, and thank you for that subscription, Mylog 458? Yeah, 458. Numbers. Good evening, everybody. And Mail Jade, thank you for resubscribing. Which for some reason is not playing the... Oh, I know why it's not playing the audio cues. It's because I'm using the wrong one. I can move this one up. What I don't know is why it's not showing chat at all. There we go. Haha, now it's working. I was using the wrong one. No idea what to expect from the Direct. Yeah, I'm curious, like, cause everyone's like, yeah, it's gonna be Breath of the Wild 2, obviously. Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be in there. That one's for definite for sure. But then, what else, you know? Ace Attorney would be nice. I'm hoping for Hollow Knight Silksong news. There's also the chance that there will be some Mario news to coincide with the movie coming out, that they might announce like a tie-in game of some kind. I kind of doubt that. I don't know that there's much, like there's not that much point having a tie-in game for the Mario movie, is there? But maybe some DLC for Super Mario World, 3D World, or something could happen. Planning on continuing the Scarlet Violet playthrough? Yes. There's a lot of things that are kind of on hold right now, Cinder. But I shall get back to them as soon as I can. And Rensational, thank you. Thank you for that Prime subscription. I'm hoping for some surprises. Yeah, we'll see. Like, it sort of depends on... Hang on. I need to... Hang on.
Oh boy, TBSkyen is being used today. It's gonna be a good stream.
Thank you for that subscription, Buff Bean. Let's see. I need to do the thing where I do the thing to the thing, so the thing won't thing the thing. Yes. There. That should do. Now you can see. I want to see if they have any indies. Yeah. Thank you for those bits, Fibroid Worm. That's very kind of you. Absolutely love your God of War playthrough. I liked that one too. I was quite happy with how that one went. Like in terms of the commentary and like it was just a lot of fun. But no, yeah, I'm thinking like if I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but like this might be the point where we get an update on Metroid Prime 4. There's rumors going around about a Metroid Prime 1 remake. I don't know how much stock to put in that. But that's a thing that's out there. Yeah, we might get some Hades, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that they need to do any more Hades. Because like everyone kind of assumes that, yeah, it's definitely coming to Switch. Of course it is. Metroid Prime 4 is technically real. Very technically. It didn't get stuck in development hell, Nero 4514, as much as... What happened was, it was in development, and the studio that was working on it, Nintendo, was so unhappy with the work that they did, that Nintendo just said, nope, we're taking this away from you. We're starting the whole project over from scratch. And ever since then, the game has sort of like been very silent. Like, they really haven't given us any updates on how it's going, which is understandable given that they're like trying to rebuild a whole ass game from scratch. Hang on a sec. I need to do some messing with the setting here, because the camera seems to insist that my head is tilted when it's not. There we go. That's better. Yoink. I think, yeah, Scarlet Violet will get... Yeah, Scarlet Violet will probably have their own Pokemon. Like, the Pokemon company likes to do their own directs, right? Like, they like to do their own thing. I wouldn't... they could announce, like, that they could announce that DLC is coming and then say, we're gonna do a Pokemon direct specifically about that later. Like, maybe. But I wouldn't expect, like, a long segment sort of showing off a Pokemon direct in any way. Anyone heard about the leaks? No, don't want to know about the leaks. Like, the whole point of watching this direct is to be surprised by things, you know? Speaking of which, things I keep forgetting to do, I should post a link to the Discord in the chat in case someone wants to join. Doink, doink. There we go. Oh, Evolution Ground, thank you for that subscription. That's very kind of you. Pokemon Battle Revolution Remaster. Ah, man, that would be funny. I do wonder what they're going to do about it. Like, Nintendo has kept up this constant pace of, like, refreshing old generations to sort of keep up with the new ones. And, like, I'm not so sure if, like, it would be curious to see what happens once they get to, like, X and Y and Black and White. Not gonna happen, but it would be wild if there's a new Donkey Kong. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, in terms of a game that would tie in with the Mario movie, I would sort of, like... I would almost rather expect the Donkey Kong game to be a movie tie-in. Not necessarily to the Mario movie, but they're doing a Donkey Kong movie as well, right? Like, they've sort of already confirmed that. Or at least it's been rumored. So... I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Donkey Kong movie that they would do a Donkey Kong game for that. Whereas I don't know that it makes any sense to do a Mario game for the movie tie-in. I'm hoping for a teaser of any of the old Fire Emblems. Yes, oh god, I want the fucking... Like, the GBA Fire Emblem games, like, just give them, like, the HD 2D treatment. Like, just do that. Just give them HD 2D, like, same as like, the Dragon Quest remake and Octopath. Just do that, and put that on the Switch, please. A friend of mine who doesn't speak French has an entire playthrough in French headcanoning that the protagonist just doesn't speak the local language, which makes it hilarious that he has beaten Lissandra. Okay. What am I getting for notifications? Ah, yes. Everyone else is also going live with their direct reactions now. Yeah, there's been rumors swirling around about Kid Icarus getting something. Very vague rumors. I don't put stock in them especially, but I like, yeah, it's entirely plausible that, like, Kid Icarus could get something. Like, a port of, like, Uprising wouldn't be out of the question, I don't think. Yeah, Sakurai said he wanted it to happen, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's all you need for a Nintendo Direct rumor, right? It's like, someone at some point in some interview somewhere said, yeah, that would be cool, and then everyone's like, yeah, 100% leak for sure, confirmed. Oracles of Seasons and Ages in the Link's Awakening style will be pretty hype. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know that they would do that, like, because you can't... It would have to be a package deal, right? Like, it would have to be both games in one, because I think you would have a lot of trouble convincing people to buy two games to do the sort of back and forth, like, the trading Link mechanics that those games have. Amazon posted and took down pre-orders from it. Yeah, but that, like, pre-orders going up and going down, that's always happening all the time. And that's usually just because companies have these, like, placeholder. Like, they know that Prime 4 is coming out. They don't know when, so they have a placeholder in their system that just goes live because someone forgot to do a thing. Like, that happens all the time. That usually doesn't mean anything. Fire Emblem Awakening port on Switch. Final Fantasy XIV for Switch. I mean, technically, it could, right? Like, it used to run on PS3, so theoretically, it should be able to. And, like, that seems unlikely. Like, the Switch is not exactly the online gaming console du jour, but... Yeah, PS4 is the standard now since Stormblood. Yeah. The new Switch. Yes, actually, that one's a good point to bring up. I don't think they'll announce a new Switch revision now. Because I think because of Tears of the Kingdom, because they have... This is like their last big blast of these are all our first-party titles. This is all the stuff we want you to buy. I don't think they'll announce the next Switch hardware yet. Not yet. Like, I think this will be the... But this might be, like, the last big direct we'll get for the Switch before we get to... Like, before they actually announce the Switch 2 or...
TBSkyen, is there something you really want to show up in Direct?
We're talking about that right now. You will find out, my friend. So, like, I don't think that we'll get anything... on the hardware side, necessarily. Because it would be weird to announce that... Unless they're doing it with like yes, Breath of the Wild 2 comes out on the old Switch same time as it comes out on the new Switch, and then the new Switch has like upgraded graphics or whatever, like NVIDIA, what's it called, DLSS focus or whatever. Maybe, like, because that would sort of be the same thing that happened with the poor Wii U and Breath of the Wild. Like, that's not impossible, but I doubt it. Like, I don't think they'll... Like, if they're going to announce new hardware, I would say that it's gonna be coming along, like, closer to Christmas, closer to the holidays, because that's the time to get people hyped for hardware. So that'll be, like, in the fall or something that they would announce that, surely. I will say, the Switch OLED does have a very good screen. Like, it really is a very pretty screen. Would I be streaming the new Tears of the Kingdom? I don't know if I'll stream it. I don't think I will. Because that's, to me, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom both... They're games that are like... They're single-player games for me. And, like, playing it with chat is always feels a little bit like multiplayer. So I don't know that I would stream Tears of the Kingdom, but I'll definitely do a playthrough. Like, I'll record a Let's Play, and I'll put it on my Let's Play channel. 100% for sure. Watch them announce the next-gen Pokemon game already. No, that's not gonna happen. But they might announce... Like, maybe they have something like they're doing this back-and-forth thing, right? We could get the next Pokemon Legends. That's not impossible. Like, they might announce something like that. Although, frankly, I just wish that they would slow that fucking franchise down. And just chill for a second with Pokemon Legends. And with Pokemon... Like, Pokemon Legends is a game... Legends Arceus is a game that needed, like, at least one more year of development, right? Like, it needed, like, at least 6 months, preferably a year, to actually get fully finished up. And Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, very much the same thing. They needed another fucking year. And, like, Scarlet and Violet could have been the greatest Pokemon games of all time if they just had another fucking year, right? Did you get around to Hi-Fi Rush? No, I have been so sucked into Final Fantasy XIV lately. I actually started a new character in Final Fantasy XIV, my own little secret character, who I'm running around with right now. He's like level 40 or level 45 already, and just running around doing Final Fantasy XIV shit off stream just for myself, just to chill. Not even he's not even at Heavensward yet. Like I'm working my way through Realm Reborn with him. Your mage character, I would get... I mean, I won't say anything about him because I don't want anyone to run around and find him. Because if I say too much, you can find him. Like, he's not hidden that well. Is there more of your Elden Ring playthrough than what's on YouTube? If you go to my Let's Play channel, there's more... Like, I've played quite far into the... Well, reasonably far into the game. But I haven't played Elden Ring for months and months and months, if that's what you're asking. No. I'll get back to it. I have some roadblocks that I need to deal with before I can get back to all of that, and I'm chipping away at them right now. Yeah. And it's stressing me the hell out, but I'll just tell us your spare tune is... I'd say so, yeah. I mean, it's hard not to make a hot character in Final Fantasy XIV. It's like, well, outside of the Lalafells, anyway. Pokemon graphics peaked in Gen 5. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I have some complicated feelings about Pokemon and its aesthetics. Because, like, from a production perspective, it would be literally impossible to make the Pokemon franchise the way that they do in any other visual style than the one that they've adopted. Like, no, yeah, imagine if Pokemon games were more graphically intensive than they are. Imagine what Legends Arceus would be like, right? Imagine what Scarlet and Violet would have been like if they had even fucking tried. If they had even fucking tried to do something like at a higher graphical fidelity level. Those games are already struggling like a motherfucker. So like the Pokemon franchise, the way that it's being produced, they can only do it the way that they need like those, like the recycled 3D models and all that shit. That's just a result of the way that the series is produced. Like, the real problem that the Pokemon franchise has, I don't think really it comes down to 2D or 3D, or, like, washed-out colors or whatever. It comes down to the games do not ever have time to develop an art direction. Like, that's, like, they don't ever have time to really develop a strictly unique aesthetic for any of them, because there just is not time. Did I play anything with the next fest? No, I don't have time to play a lot of games, unfortunately. Imagine the next Pokemon... Oh, you mean like Gale of Darkness? Back on the GameCube? That was a funny time. I never played those. I never had a GameCube, but I watched a Let's Play of it. That's a very funny game. Like, Gale of Darkness is... like, those... Like, Gale of Darkness XD, like, those Pokemon games, they were very fucking funny. Like, just from the perspective of trying to... Oh, here we go. I'm going to turn off the music. Okay, let's see. Just going to make sure that you guys can hear. Are the audio levels okay for the music and the sound? Good. Hey, Pikmin! That was starting strong. Fucking finally. Bloody well about time. Oh, that looks pretty too. Oh, that looks pretty. Like, that's a really interesting naturalistic aesthetic they've gone with. Like a mix of naturalistic and absolute cartoon. Oh, they're literally just showing the tutorial. I guess they kind of have to. Pikmin is sort of a high-concept game. Like, they'll introduce each kind of Pikmin in turn, and then, like, show off, this is a RTS, essentially. RTS adventure game, I guess. Ice Pikmin. Brutal way to kill him. Oh, freeze the water. Aw. Pikmin is such a weird high-concept game. Ochi. Ochi. A Castaway. I wonder if it'll have multiplayer. Oh no, that's gross. That's wonderful. Like, finally, it's about bloody time. And Miyamoto, we know, is such a fan of the Pikmin game. Like, he really loves. Ooh. Ooh, spooky. Like, Miyamoto has really pushed for Pikmin to get more attention.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. That was the latest trailer for Pikmin 4. A dog-like creature was spotted. What kinds of things will it show us? Please look forward to more information in the future. Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
This new hero is a real gem.
Oh?
Introducing Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass DLC.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit about that.
Lapidurist extraordinaire.
What now?
Say hello to Masha, the newest hero, and a refined Lapidarist.
Boring.
She can use special ore to craft accessories that can bestow various effects.
Boring.
Challenge battles with roguelike elements are also being added.
Look,
Select one character and
I
battle
can't
wave
with the
after wave of
Xenoblade's
enemies.
aesthetic.
For every win, you'll earn more
I just can't.
heroes
I
and
hate
special
their
abilities.
character design style.
Rack up victories with your heroes.
It's
and
just not.
set your
I'm not saying it's
sights
bad.
on
I'm
the
saying it's just
final
not for me.
stage. You might also get special
Oh, thank you for that
outfits
tip.
and
Was that
rewards.
shot it, Scuba? Do it
And
again.
coming in Volume 4 later this year.
Tell me why! Is this really what you want? Nothing's gonna get through to him.
Nothing's
He's a
gonna get
heartless
through him.
machine. Like killing Granddad wasn't enough for you?
Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game launches on the Nintendo
Thank you for that
Switch
subscription,
system
Joso
February
Arts.
15th.
Yeah, I have never been able to get into Xenoblade.
Shake it, amigo.
That art style looks familiar. Wait.
Move to the beat in a brand new Samba de Amigo game.
Of course it's a Sega game. Okay, that makes
Grab your
sense.
Joy-Con controllers
It's a
and
Sega rhythm
shake
game. That's
them
why
with
it looks that way.
maracas to match the targets during a song. Follow the instructions on screen to pose and dance.
Maraca hero. Yeah, fair enough.
But
Hey, I am the game.
unexpected
Thank you
might
for
happen,
subscribing. That's
so
very kind of
stay
you.
on your toes. Why not dance with a friend to predict your compatibility in Love Checker?
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, but no, yeah, this is extremely a Japanese arcade game port.
Compete online in World Party. Those with the lowest scores in each round will be eliminated. Keep the beat and aim for first place. 40 songs are included, spanning a multitude of genres from around the world.
So like, I already know that the re-upload of this
And get shaken.
that I'm gonna put on YouTube is gonna get copyright claimed, but that trailer has just absolutely ensured it.
Got a passion for fashion?
Not really, but
Welcome to Fashion Dreamer. This is the place to glam it up and express yourself. Here, you'll aim to become a stylish influencer. And you're in luck. Tons of people are seeking the latest trends.
I mean, there's some
Give them
cute
a like
outfits.
if you dig their style.
Although I can't help but notice that there's only like
Suggest new outfits for them to grow as an influencer.
one kind of body across the genders here.
Now it's time for fashion design. Choose
Also,
from
the
over
frame rate is
1,000
weirdly low for
design
what it
options.
is.
Then add a
Not that it
personal
matters.
touch to give your item a final flourish. You can get the items other people are wearing by liking them.
Don't call me out like that, Nibelung. Come on.
Mix and match your favorites to create new looks.
But yeah, like this is sort of the criticism I'll always have is like
you can expand your friend circle and grow
a
your brand.
game about fashion and self-expression and self-creation is like,
Got an eye for fashion?
yeah,
Then get
exactly.
stylish.
Like,
When Fashion
but
Dreamer
what kinds of
debuts
bodies can you have?
exclusively on
One.
Nintendo Switch this
4
year.
billion different kinds of clothes, but one kind of body, just one kind, and it's always skinny, and it tends to be pale. You know.
Delve into these dark worlds. Dracula's Castle beckons in this new paid DLC.
Oh, right, they do
for
the
roguelike
Castlevania
action platformer, Dead
Thing with Dead
Cells.
Cells.
Venture through the castle's hellish halls and outskirts alongside Richter Belmont and Alucard, leading up to a showdown with Death and Dracula himself. Wield the Vampire Killer and other iconic weapons as you vanquish legions of monsters in frenetic combat.
Dead Cells has really
Twelve
become
original
like the
covers,
Smash Brothers
51
of
songs from the
roguelike
Castlevania series
platformers.
accompany you during your quest in Dead Cells.
Just
Return
with
to
how many other
Castlevania,
crossovers they've got
sinking
going
its
on.
teeth into Nintendo Switch March 6th.
To be fair, it's a great game and it's really cool,
On
so.
Nintendo eShop. Enter a
And
new
Konami
grid
aren't doing
in
anything
this
with
narrative
Castlevania.
Puzzle adventure set within the Tron universe.
Wait, from Mike Bethel?
Uncover dangerous truths and retrieve what was lost
Huh.
as you navigate through a perilous world. Your
So it's a
decisions and the
visual novel
alliances you forge
puzzle
will
game.
impact your journey and the entire server. Tron Identity launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch this April.
Interesting that it's from Mike Bethel. Like he made his name making good. Oh,
Wait,
fuck!
is that-
Yes, Phantom Trick.
Well, that can't be good. The time-bending
Oh, Phantom
murder
Trick is so
mystery
fucking
Ghost
good.
Trick returns in HD. After
Phantom
kicking
Trick
the
is
bucket
so
and
fucking
becoming
good.
a Ghost, you can possess and control objects. With your powers, you can even help others, like this woman, and change any ill-fated,
Yeah,
Ghost Trick. Phantom
it's
Detective.
this is a great
Appearance
game.
onto
Absolutely,
Nintendo
if you
Switch
like
this
puzzle
summer.
games, absolutely, it's got great character design. It's got a really interesting story.
Two connected
Play this,
worlds,
I recommend it.
One suspenseful thriller.
Oh my god!
ついに来たな。ここがポリスセンター。
Well, it's a cop game, but at least the character designs are interesting.
すごい。ここ本当に仮想空間なの？この事件のパズルを解き明かす。まだ30分も経ってないよ。そもそもこの事件には最初から違和感があった。
So that's gonna depend on. Yeah, the character design is actually really good. Oh, god damn it. The moment they showed the combat, I was like, no. No. Like, why did they have to do combat? Like, if it had just been a detective game, that would have been so cool. Oh, now they're furries also. Okay, cool.
警察のシステムに潜入しプログラムを書き換えた。それって完全に犯罪だぞ。これが犯罪だと。
But yeah, no, now that it's just a combat RPG thing,
手段を選んではいられない。
it's like, I was curious, I was interested, but now it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to grind levels, right? Yeah, okay. Random battles, wee.
Once
That's
upon a time,
less interesting
There
to me.
was a witch and a demon. Experience Bayonetta's origins as a young witch named Cereza,
So who wants odds
seeking the power to
that they're
rescue her
specifically gonna
imprisoned
do a
mother.
thing of like,
She
no,
ventures
actually,
deep
she
into the Avalon
had a
forest
crush on a boy when she was a
ruled by
child.
fairies.
Thing.
Going to that forest. I'm going to become a witch and save Mummy.
There, she'll encounter the otherworldly demon Cheshire. You'll control both witch and demon at the same time. Harness Cereza's magic and Cheshire's ferocity to travel through this mysterious and dangerous forest. They'll need to work together in battle as well.
Oh yeah, the art style is great. Like visually, this is a fucking
Cereza
feast.
cannot attack and can only support Cheshire by magically binding enemies.
Like it's a
Hold an
gorgeous,
enemy in place while Cheshire
it's a really
attacks.
gorgeous mix
Or
of
stop an aggressive one to focus on
like
another.
stylized flats.
Strategically use each
and
character's
3D.
abilities to win battles. The duo
Like, visually, it's
gains
really
strength
cool.
as they continue their journey.
It's
By
just,
obtaining more powers,
after Bayonetta 3,
paths can be opened,
I don't
and
really trust
battles
Platinum
can be more
games to
easily swayed in
understand
your
the character
favor.
anymore.
Can Cereza and Cheshire find their happily ever after?
Cheshire, let's go!
Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon prowls onto the Nintendo Switch system March 17th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
How was that? Next, please take a look at this.
So that was a mix of things we already knew about and some new stuff. Ah, Splatoon DLC. Makes sense. So why are they being so cagey about it? What is it that you're gonna show? Oh. Back to Inkopolis.
Introducing the Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass.
That's
paid
pretty cool,
DLC
actually.
Includes 2 waves of content.
That's actually pretty cool.
The first
Being able to
wave
go back
is
to, like,
Icarus. Make this Splat.
So does that mean all the old levels are coming
the
back?
Original Splatoon game, your stomping grounds. This is Booyah Base. It's got some pretty nifty weapons and gear. You might spot a few familiar
Man, the character
faces
design in Splatoon
alongside
is so
new
fucking good.
shopkeepers. Products here are the same as the ones in Splatsville, so shop wherever
Like, it's
your
genuinely,
products
it's very
are
simple,
strongest.
but it's just, it's so stylistically
Table
self-assured.
Turf Battle, the show, and amiibo functionality all work in the same way here too.
So then one might assume that we'd be able to go back to Splatoon
The Squid
2
Sisters
in a
will
later...
also perform here during Splatfests. Need a mix of old school and freshness? Then head over to Inkopolis. The first wave of this paid DLC launches this spring.
One assumes then that they would be porting Splatoon 2. They didn't say anything about the levels, though. Like, they said nothing about any levels or any of the actual game content from Splatoon 1, so...
Oh, what's this?
Ooh, story content. Huh. Aesthetically patterned after dead coral. Huh. Interesting. Visually, that's interesting. Like dead bleached coral that's a really cool contrast to the general colorful Splatoon style. That's quite nice.
Wave 1 Inkopolis launches this spring. Wave 2 Side Order will launch in the future. The Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass will be available later today.
This is Inkopolis after Marina wins Final Fest.
Many people have played Splatoon 3 since its launch. Thank you all very much. We hope players will be able to enjoy the game even more with the upcoming paid expansion pass. Please look forward to more information about Splatoon 3 in the future. Let's see some more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Give us the big stuff. Come on.
Adventure
Oh,
awaits
hello.
Mickey and friends on Illusion Island. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy.
Okay. Okay.
Embark on a new adventure to find 3 magical books and save the mysterious island of Monarch.
I was hoping it was going to be... So this is based on the visual style of
And
the shorts
to
that they've been making in the
explore
past few
every nook and
years.
cranny of the island.
like the new crop of like
By
Disney
unlocking
shorts.
special abilities,
But
you can reach new
it's gentle
places
a bit.
and find
They've
secret
softened it a
areas.
lot. What's so good about the new style of shorts that they've made is that so many of them
Ground pound
are much
barriers
more
to open
edgy.
new spaces.
I mean, yeah,
And
for a given
glide
value
through
of
the
edgy,
air to
Disney
reach
edgy.
distant platforms and hidden areas.
Like a
Each
much more
character's personality shines through in their actions.
wild and
Up to
sort of
4,000
like out there in terms of their
locally
visual
the
style.
island.
And here they've
Share a
really
hub for
softened it
extra
down
help.
and made it kid friendly.
Play leapfrog for larger jumps.
But okay,
Or
like that
drop
seems like a
rope
neat little
to lend a
platform. The
hand.
character animation on them is great
Work
though.
together to save Monoth, and
Like they
you
all
might
have different
discover
running
new
styles. They all
paths.
have different ways
While
of floating,
exploring the island,
ways of
you meet
animating.
unusual allies and dangerous foes.
So visually, I quite
Study
like
their
this,
movements
but
carefully to figure out the secrets to victory. Join Mickey and friends on a high-flying adventure.
basically seems like they've copied
Disney
Rayman
Illusion
Legends.
Island, swinging onto Nintendo Switch July 28th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. More emblems are on the way. New emblems are coming to future waves of the Fire Emblem Engage Expansion Pass DLC. Wave 2 includes
I watched a Let's Play
raised defense and
of
unleashed
Engage.
counterattacks.
I cannot begin to express to you how awful the story is. Like just how profoundly,
Camilla, emblem of
insanely,
revelation. Modify the
incompetently bad the story is. And the characters and the writing and like oh my god. Like if you're out there and you're a fan fiction writer of any kind, you don't like play Fire Emblem Engage and then never feel insecure about the quality of your writing ever again, because that shit got published with a major fucking license.
Newly added missions to recruit these new emblems.
Ugh, God.
And in wave
I just
4,
I
a new
tried.
story
I
called
wanted
Xenologue will be
I
unlocked.
wanted to go like actually sort of get through the story and like sort of figure out what was going on, and if there was maybe something, even if I didn't like the visual style, maybe there was something worth talking about there.
Wave 2 of the Fire Emblem
No.
Engage expansion pass.
I couldn't-
The
I
Fire
couldn't-
Emblem
I
Engage
could
game
not.
launches on the
I
Nintendo
could
Switch
not.
system later
Like
today.
I have genuinely considered maybe doing a let's play of Fire Emblem Engage just so I can have somewhere to rant about how terrible it is.
Your destiny.
Because
This is Reverie,
fuck me.
a world in which deities known as aspirations dwell. When a megacorp endangers the harmony between Reverie and our world, the future of humanity hangs in the balance. In this narrative
That's very
adventure,
Netflix original
harness
animation
your
style.
divine gift of clairvoyance
Ooh, but that's
to
better.
travel between worlds. See the future and decide humanity's fate. Many branching story paths, along with a riveting
so this game seems to have, like, a
soundtrack
lot of
by Celeste
cutscenes?
composer Lena Raine, set the stage for your journey.
and I really like
Eventually, you'll side with one of the 6
like that, like the little
aspirations like
idle
bond,
animations during the conversations.
or chaos. to
That
change the
rules.
story's
Like that's
outcome.
something I've always had a
To
problem
which
with visual
destiny
novels
do
is that
you
they just
aspire?
use these static
Harmony, the Fall of
images,
Reverie,
where one of
launches
the
first for
obvious things to
consoles
do
on
is
Nintendo
surely, like,
Switch this June.
if you have a little bit of budget, actually put that into animating the characters as they move, and I
These games
quite
will
like
have
how
you
that looked.
rolling. Octopath
And here comes
Traveler
Octopath
2 is
Traveler
just
2.
around the corner. After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo containing the game's opening hours will be available on Nintendo eShop.
I have a lot of thoughts about
8 new
Octopath
stories
Traveler the
await.
way it does the
Which
HD
path
2D
will
style.
you take first? Who will your allies be? And where will your journey lead you? Venture through a brand new world. in
But
Octopath
God, the
Traveler
pixel art is
2,
beautiful.
Launching on Nintendo Switch February 24th. Keep it rolling.
Hey,
Run around
Katamari.
and collect
Just a
ghouls and
port, I
objects
guess.
In this remaster of We
Yeah,
Love
remaster.
Katamari.
Still,
Roll in a classroom, a zoo, and space?
Katamari does belong on the
New
Switch.
features include playing as the young king of all cosmos in 5 new challenges. And taking photos with a selfie camera. We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie comes to Nintendo Switch June 2nd. In addition, active Nintendo Switch Online members can play a free game trial of Katamari Damashi Reroll. Combine the powers of the sun and moon.
This one I'm
Fend
curious
off
about.
evil in
I'm
this
really curious about
turn-based
Sea of Stars.
RPG. freely traverse a breathtaking world. Meet characters from all walks of life.
Because,
and
again,
devastate
like,
foes with
there's a
fun
lot of love
attacks
and
in
care
battle.
put into the character design and
Complement
animation
your
here.
journey with enchanting melodies and retro-inspired tunes from the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda.
And it has music from
Composer of the
Yasunori
game.
Mitsuda. Plus that's
Sea
worth
Stars
remembering.
sails
That's
onto Nintendo
that's one of the
Switch
primary
August
composers on
29th.
Chrono Trigger as well.
A free demo will launch later today on Nintendo eShop. Duke it out in this
That is actually really good.
Multiplayer showdown.
Omega Strikers is actually a really solid
Teams
game.
of 3 and challenge others to lightning fast battles, air hockey style. Use each
Like, if you wanted like a
striker's
low
skills to dominate
stress
each
alternative to
match.
Rocket League,
Change the
not that
course
Rocket League is high stress, but like if you want just something like really fun and casual,
block areas to gain the advantage.
that's like sort of like a
Or knock opponents
ping pong
out of the
MOBA.
arena
Like
with
if Pong was a
explosive
MOBA, essentially, is what this game is,
Strikers.
and it's actually pretty damn
Live
good.
on Nintendo Switch, April 27th. Pre-orders for this free-to-play game begin today on Nintendo eShop. Dive back into the sprawling labyrinth.
Yes.
A
Yes!
collection of the
Etrian
first two
Odyssey!
Etrian Odyssey games is coming to Nintendo Switch, remastered in HD.
I have sunk
Many
so many
treasures lie
hundreds of
deep within
hours
a
into
massive
Etrian Odyssey
labyrinth.
games.
Its paths are
Oh,
intertwined.
fuck, it looks
and
good.
Vicious monsters lurk in the shadows.
Oh, it's
A
pretty.
blank map is your only guide. By drawing the map as you explore, you can progress even further.
Interesting. Okay, so they seem to have,
Enter
like, you don't
into
have to
the
go into a
labyrinth
thing to
with
do the
5
map.
adventurers. As the guild leader, you'll assign them roles.
Ooh,
like the
okay,
Allied
they did.
Defending Protector,
Okay,
or the
they did change the
ultra-fast
character
Dark
designs a little bit,
Hunter.
but
But
if
be
you just
warned,
want like a
every
good
adventure is fraught
dungeon
with
crawling
danger.
RPG,
Should you fall in
Etrian
battle,
Odyssey,
you can change
absolutely
your team and
play
learn
them.
new
Like,
skills to
because there's
strengthen your party before
nothing
challenging
just
the
quite as
labyrinth
satisfying
again.
as mapping out a dungeon in Etrian Odyssey and like
24
beating it,
newly drawn character
because they're also
illustrations
fucking
are
hard.
included.
They're really difficult.
Plus,
Like, these are
take
not easy
advantage of
games
new
at all.
difficulty
So if you
options
want like
and
really
a
just
new
some good
auto-mapping
fucking dungeon
function
crawling
for
grind
smoother
shit,
exploration. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection.
I recommend.
launches
I
on
recommend it.
Nintendo Switch June 1st.
I am buying
Each
it.
game in the collection will also be available separately on Nintendo eShop. Pre-orders
like the
begin
story is
today
nothing. Like
on
there's not
Nintendo
don't worry about the narrative. Like it's functional. It's not terrible. It's just there. But the gameplay. Ooh.
Get your
And here comes
tactical
Advance
skills
Wars.
ready. Calling
Enough time has
all
passed that
strategy
they're
fans.
comfortable
The
releasing it now.
Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp game is only a couple of months away. Join Andy, Max, Sammy, and more.
Like,
in
I
2
get why they didn't
full-story
want to
campaigns,
release it back,
Each one filled with colorful turn-based
you know,
tactical action.
during the last launch window.
Flex your strategic muscles across a multitude of modes. Design your own maps and share them with friends. Plus, go head-to-head in local and online play.
And Advance Wars really is the game that's like, yeah, we're gonna go to war. Whee! Like, it's a game that really does not engage with the horror of what what it's actually about. Kirby Star Allies? Nice.
A new story will unfold in the Kirby's Return to
Oh,
Dreamland
Return to Dreamland.
Deluxe game.
Right.
Magalore, the interdimensional traveler from the main adventure, has lost his powers and must escape the realm between dimensions.
That's nice. Like a port, but they add some new stuff to
All
it.
he
That's
can do
cool.
now is a basic attack and jump. To regain Magalore's powers, you'll need to collect magic points by defeating enemies. With magic points, different abilities can be restored and enhanced.
Oh, it's a little RPG.
Improve Magalore's levitation.
Did I fight Nabriales over there recently? No.
The order in which you restore his powers is up to you.
Doesn't quite look the same, does
There
it?
are
But I
over
get what you
20
mean.
interdimensional stages to explore. Up to 4 players on
Yeah,
the same
I mean, Kirby
system
games
can
are like-
venture through this mysterious
I really
realm
haven't
together.
enjoyed playing them since Superstar Ultra.
Can Magalore restore his powers?
Because
and
they just
safely
kind of haven't
return
really
to his
gone
world?
anywhere. Like they are baby's first
access
beginner
this new
RP,
epilogue after
platform
clearing story
game,
mode.
and they are amazing for that. Absolutely amazing. But there's no sense of challenge at all for anyone but a casual player.
After today's Nintendo Direct,
And I
a
just
demo will be available on Nintendo
it just doesn't
eShop.
it just doesn't really do it for me. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on it.
Up to 4 players can play a specially arranged demo with select stages and sub-games. Kirby's Return to
Forgotten
Dreamland
Land was
Deluxe
good, yeah.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system February 24th. Pre-orders
Hey,
are
we need Kirby for real
available
gamers.
now
No,
on
Kirby is a
Nintendo
kids
eShop.
franchise, and that's fine. That's completely fine. It's just
Hope you're looking forward
I'm not a
to
kid
the new
anymore,
story
so.
in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Next, here's some news about Nintendo Switch Online. Please take a look at this.
I wish there was more games and less remasters. Yeah, I mean, it is because the Switch is probably coming to the end of its life.
Game Boy games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online.
And so now they finally decide to put Game Boy games on the
Nintendo Switch,
portable
you can play these
Nintendo
games
console.
anytime,
Cool.
Anywhere, just like you could back in the day. Let's introduce the games that will be available at launch. Tetris. Arrange the falling Tetraminos and aim for a high score. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Reclaim the castle that Wario stole from you.
I mean, these are all good games, but
The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening
I wouldn't
DX.
pay for Switch
Unlocking the
Online to
wind
play
bridge
them.
To escape Koholint Island. Gargoyle's Quest. Save the Ghoul Realm as Firebrand from the Ghosts and Goblins series. Game & Watch Gallery 3. Play an assortment of Game & Watch titles.
Really? That's a game you're bragging about?
Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. Solve a murder mystery on the supernatural Shadow Island.
Also, Alone in the
Metroid
Dark,
2,
maybe not the
Return
kind of game I would go,
Destroy
yeah.
the Metroids hiding on planet SR-388.
Metroid 2, though, genuinely a very good game.
Wario Land 3.
And Wario Land
Traverse a
3,
world that
absolutely
changes
brilliant.
between day and night based on your actions.
But again, really wouldn't
Kirby's Dream
get
Land.
Switch Online for any of this.
Inhale and spit out enemies in Kirby's debut title. You can use the Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, or Game Boy Color screen filters. Up to 2 players can play compatible games together locally or online.
Unless you put
More games
Pokemon
will be
Red
added
and
in the
Blue.
future.
And there's Oracle of Ages and Seasons. Okay. But unless you put the
And-
original Red and Blue on there, who cares? And also Game Boy Advance. Okay, fair enough. That's at least something.
Game Boy Advance games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack. Here are the games that you can play at launch. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Play 38 extra levels from the Nintendo e-reader accessory.
Oh!
WarioWare Inc.
That's
Mega
actually
Micro
something.
Games.
The
Experience
e-reader
origins
accessory
of the lightning
cards
fast micro games.
never came out ever again. Like, the levels that were made for those
Guide the
never came out ever
spinning
again.
stick
So
to
that's
the
kind
goal
of
without hitting
that's a nice little
obstacles.
preservation thing. To be able to play
Mario Kart
those.
Super Circuit. Race in the first Mario Kart game created for a portable system. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Venture through a zany world and fight with equally
Yeah, I
zany
mean,
attacks.
preservation for a given value of...
The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap.
Like, at least
Shrink
now
to
there is an
major size
official
and
release of it.
dive into a big adventure. Local and online play is supported for compatible games, and up to 4 players can play together. More games will be added to this
And there's the
library
Fire
as
Emblem
well.
games, too. And Golden Sun. Well, that
After
means
this
probably no
presentation,
ports or
you can play
remasters,
these
but
Game
oh
Boy
well.
titles with the Nintendo Switch Online membership. Or play both Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles with the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership.
Select Game Boy titles will be playable on Nintendo Switch. And after today's Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to play the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles we introduced. Please look forward to more information about Nintendo Switch Online and Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack in the future. Let's see a few more headlines.
The original Metroid
And-
Prime
okay,
game
so that was true.
remastered on
Holy
Nintendo
shit.
Switch.
I guess it's just an HD upscale? But hey, Metroid Prime. Oh, that's more than just an upscale. That looks quite good. I assume they were saving Breath of the Wild 2 for the finale, Wechselschrat. If that is locked 60, that'll be quite cool. Okay. Now the question is whether we can expect remasters 2 and 3 as well.
The first Metroid Prime game, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system, has been remastered for Nintendo Switch. Explore Talon 4 from the perspective of Samus Aran. But beware, there's more to this alien planet than meets the eye. Visors are the key to your adventure. They'll help you discover info and clues on how to progress.
So is that going to come with motion controls then? One assumes.
Depending on the situation, a certain visor may be required. When hostile creatures attack, keep them in your sights with the lock-on feature. Then fight back with beams, missiles, bombs, and more. This remaster adds new dual-stick controls, allowing you to move
Dual-stick
around
controls,
while
yes.
separately changing your point of view. You can also select a control style that recreates the feel of the original game, among other control options. Explore Talon 4 with
Okay,
your
so no motion
play
controls.
style.
That makes... I guess that makes
The
sense.
digital version of Metroid Prime Remastered.
But that does look
launches
really good for a
on Nintendo
remaster,
eShop
and the
later
trailer at least
today.
seemed locked
The
at
physical
60,
version of the
so...
game will be available in stores February 22nd.
Oh hey,
Master
Danganronpa!
detective skills to the test.
At least the visual style looks that way.
This is the World Detective Organization. Yuma,
Thank you for
a
that,
trained
GeForce driver.
detective, and Shinigami.
Oh, it's not
the
Danganronpa, it's just the same
spirit haunting
creator,
him,
same artist
will
anyway.
solve the strange incidents within Kanai Ward, a city ruthlessly controlled by Amaterasu
Right, wait,
Corporation.
that game was announced previously, wasn't it?
You'll investigate these incidents alongside master detectives of the organization. Each one has a
Yeah, it was announced
supernatural
previously.
ability that can prove useful during investigations. Mimic body types and voices with disguise. Detect heartbeats and whispers with audio aptitude. And witness past crime scenes with post-cognition. These abilities can be shared with Yuma,
So this is post-cognition.
so use them to get closer to cracking a
Very
case.
cool visual
After
style.
collecting enough evidence, a mystery
And after the
labyrinth
disappointment of
will
that
appear.
previous JRPG detective game, this looks more interesting to me.
Spot the inconsistencies and uncover the truth. Master Detective Archives Rain Code launches on Nintendo Switch.
I'm curious,
June
I'd be up for
30th.
that if I could find the time.
Wings of the Heart take flight once more. A remastered collection of both Baten Kaido's games, originally released on the
I
Nintendo
never got to
GameCube
play
system, is coming to Nintendo Switch. After a long and peaceful era on the floating islands above Earth, the
I never got to
Empire's
play Baten
conspiracy
Kaitos.
looms
I was
closer.
curious about that.
As spirits dwelling within the protagonists, you'll stand up to the Empire across 2 different eras of war. During your travels, you'll visit various locales and team up with like-minded allies. Battles are fought using
Interesting
cards called
visual style in the
magnets.
portraits, not reflected at all in in-game
Your attack power is
models.
determined by the attributes and combinations of your cards, which are randomly dealt from the deck. In these real-time battles, you'll need to make split-second decisions to edge closer to victory. What revelations will come to light in the skies above and the lands below? Baten Kaidos 1 and 2 HD Remastered
Interesting.
soars onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Interesting. So we're getting close to the
Dive
end
into your
here.
new fantasy life.
It was only supposed to be 40 minutes, so they've got 3 minutes left. Oh, Animal Crossing Stardew Valley.
In a new fantasy life game. exploring the once thriving island.
It's like, it's hard.
A mysterious girl.
It's really hard to express just how hard, like how much Stardew Valley did to change the games industry. Like, it took them some years to catch up to it, but holy shit did they ever. And with some Animal Crossing on there as well. Very much copying the visual style of Animal Crossing as well, I will say.
Paladin, magician, and more. Take on different roles.
But I definitely know people for whom, like, Animal Crossing, if it had, like, a layer of RPG on top of it, like,
This life is yours to live.
could eat their lives. Like, completely consume their lives. So,
The restoration
I could
is
see this
about to
becoming someone's
begin.
obsession.
Fantasy Life on. The girl who steals time.
Yeah, I bet it fucking will. I bet it fucking will steal people's time. Oh, hello. Layton? Layton! Holy shit, Professor Layton is back! Kept you waiting, huh? Oh, that was just announcement. No anything. Just, hey, Layton still exists.
Racing in.
Holy shit, Professor Layton still exists. Level 5 games, I never doubted you. Yes, I did.
Yoshi's Island. A brand new course is zooming into Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course.
The main reason I get
DLC.
excited for Mario Kart Boosters is because we get more soundtrack from Mario Kart 8.
Birdo, who originally hit the track in Mario Kart Double Dash, is also being added to
And
Wave
Birdo,
4.
hey! Nice, that's nice. She's been missing.
Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game races onto the Nintendo Switch system this spring. Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC at
Yeah, no
additional
Silk Song.
cost. The DLC can
No
also be
Silk
purchased on its
Song.
own.
Here comes the showcase, like just the rapid fire trailers that they're punching through. Minecraft Legends is probably going to take over Twitch for a while. Then we've got Blanc, which I'm actually quite interested in, because it has a gorgeous visual style. And it seems really, really cute. I just need someone to co-op it with. Mega Man Battle Network, which I can't say I really care that much about, especially with that smoothing filter they put on it. Like, oh my god. Then there's Have a Nice Death, which is very good. Like a very Hollow Knight, but with a really unique and interesting, fun art style and story. And then there's that, which I've never heard about in my life. Dreamlight Valley is getting an update. Yeah, fair enough. Tales of Symphonia getting that remaster. I think there was some weirdness with this Symphonia remaster, like where they've remastered a particular version of the game that might be the inferior one.
Thank you for staying with us so far. This will be our last segment. Please take a look.
Breath of the Wild, please. Yes? Yes. Oh, those are new. That's all very new. What is going on? This looks ancient.
Rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
Oh, they're coming from the fucking moon. Okay, so it seems like the Blood Moon might be central to whatever is going on. Okay. Ooh. Hello, Ganondorf.
I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
Was that Seeking Arrow? Oh, they've integrated the Sheikah Slate powers into the arm. No playable Zelda, of course, but then I gave up hope of that a while ago.
Please, lend him your power.
Ooh.
That was The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, the latest entry in the Legend of Zelda series.
Yeah, I'm gonna
In addition to
pre-order
the
it.
standard version, a collector's edition of the game containing various items will release on launch day. A new amiibo figure of Link from this game will also be available on the same day. We hope you're looking forward to Link's latest grand adventure. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Okay, yeah. That was a pretty good direct, all things considered. Like, it started strong with Pikmin, and then, yeah. Well, we don't know if... I don't think it's Ganon. I think it's Ganondorf, specifically. Like, if it's anyone, it's Ganondorf. Like, and like, we defeated the spirit of Ganon, right? We defeated the spirit of demise, of just, like, the malice, right? And so, if this is anything, this would be Ganondorf, like the body rather than the spirit. What's the difference between Ganon and Ganondorf? It sort of depends on how seriously you want to take any kind of Zelda continuity, but essentially, Ganon is Demise, which is the spirit of, like, the evil god that opposes Hylia, who's the good goddess, right? And that spirit has reincarnated over and over and over again through the ages, and that is the big pig monster that we fought a million times. And then occasionally it will possess someone like Ganondorf. Like, the spirit of Demise will possess Ganondorf and sort of hypercharge him with evil powers and malice and evil and etc. And then Ganondorf is a person who's kind of who's not the same as Ganon, but like But again, it depends on how seriously you take Legend of Zelda lore. I was hoping we could have small sections where we can play as Zelda. Yeah, like, I was really hoping that it was going to be a thing of like Link is doing all the running around in the overworld, and like fighting monsters, and then Zelda would have like segments where she goes around doing archaeology or discovering secrets, like in the underground or whatever. Like, I was hoping there would be something like that, but it looks like Zelda is just going to be like, I don't know that she's necessarily going to be a damsel in distress this time, maybe not, but she's not going to be playable. Like, they would have shown that by now. Oh, thank you for that subscription, Mr. Alves. Ganondorf is Ganon in the same way that Zelda is the goddess. Yeah, exactly. Last mainline Zelda you could play as Zelda was Spirit Tracks. Yeah, that was the closest you got, was Spirit Tracks. Unless they're purposely hiding it from us that you can play as Zelda. Yeah, I don't think they would. Like, I think now, like, this is going to be the last major trailer for the game before it comes out. This would be the trailer to reveal it if you want it to be a selling point, right? If you want it to be something, like, something you can sell the game on, you would have to reveal it, like, now. So, yeah. Huh. What about Hyrule Warriors? Yeah. I'm one of the Age of Calamity defenders. I think Age of Calamity might be the best Zelda story ever told. Like, just maybe not like the gameplay is a Warriors game, it's whatever, but the story that you get that game tells about Zelda specifically, best story ever told about Zelda. Right? Like, it's the best story ever told about Princess Zelda. And I recommend it on that ground, on those grounds alone. I also wish there would be a story where it's not Link, hero, Zelda, Princess Ganondorf, villain. Yeah, I mean, rehydrated Ganondorf. I remember the artwork. I remember what people did. I'm so hyped for Layton. Yes, I am very pleased to see Layton coming back. It's about time. Reincarnated Ganondorf being a hero would be so cool. Yeah. I mean, again, depending on how seriously you take the timeline nonsense, now that the spirit of malice, like now that the spirit of demise is gone, that we've actually exercised it finally in Breath of the Wild, if there is a game that's set further down the timeline from here, they could, like, theoretically have a thing where, like, Ganondorf is not a villain because he's no longer possessed by the spirit of demise. If they wanted to do that. But Nintendo's too conservative. Like, they're a very conservative company. They are very unwilling to change their formula in that way. His daughter game didn't do well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they tried to sort of do something different with the Layton series, with the, what was her name? Something or other Layton, like where the gameplay was the same, but they tried a new character, and it just didn't really take. But I will say, it's like the Professor Layton games were never that popular. Yeah, Kathleen, something like that. They were never that popular. Like, they were never huge sellers, and they were always kind of expensive to produce. So I think those were games where they tried to sort of, okay, can we broaden the appeal of this? By changing the character design, and it didn't really work, you know. So like I was resigned to never see Layton again. Frankly, like I was resigned to like no more Professor Layton games ever because it just wasn't selling well. But I'm very happy to see that level 5 games are getting another chance. Most game companies are run by old people. Nintendo's run by old people who also play video games, so they get to be horrible in exciting new ways. Yeah, you're not wrong. They must know better. Feels like the market for relaxing casual games has opened up a lot. Yeah. Yeah, you think you have a point there, like that, especially after Animal Crossing. Like, just how much Animal Crossing took over the world because of the pandemic. Probably there's a lot of Switches in people's homes that are open to that kind of casual gameplay. If this direct had Silksong, it would have been perfect. Yeah, it was never gonna. It was never gonna. The trailer we got last time, that was just Team Cherry telling us all to shut the fuck up and wait. It's like, yes, it's coming out. Fine, fuck off. Leave us alone. We're trying to work here. And I do respect them for being so, we're gonna make this game, but we're gonna do it on our terms, we're gonna do it right, we're gonna make it to our standards. Like, I do respect that, even if it's very frustrating. I gotta say, the development length worries me. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what's going on in Team Cherry, because no one has ever been able to really get any journalistic coverage on their studio work or anything, so like I given what Hollow Knight turned out to be and how it turned out and how its DLC turned out, I choose to believe that it's because they are a bunch of, like, they have the economic headroom, like they made so much money on Hollow Knight that they have the space and the time and the funds available that they can just take a million years to make Silksong, and what's anyone going to do about it? You know, like, that they have the ability to do that, and so they're doing it because they're a bunch of perfectionists, and they're really The thing I would be worried about is that they're bad at project management, in the sense of, like, they're really bad at setting the scope and keeping it there, because Silksong was supposed to be DLC, and then it became a full game, and then it became a full game that took, like, God knows how many years at this point to create. Like, that's the thing I would be worried about. I hope they don't crunch. Like, I hope there's no, you know, abusive work practices or anything. Did you ever watch the Layton movie? No. Supergiant got this kind of leeway as well. Yeah, but Supergiant has more than one game to their name, you know. Team Cherry is like... You know, like, Supergiant made their bones on games like Bastion and Transistor and, like, Pyre, like, before they went to Hades. So... Like, Team Cherry isn't there yet. Like, they need to actually release Silksong first. I'd argue Hades 2 has a lot more to show for its timeline. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We've really only seen, like, snippets of levels shown up for Silksong so far. Okami 2 would not be a Nintendo game, would it? No. Okami 2 was published by... Was it Konami who had the license back then? Like, they were created by the studio that became Platinum back in the day, and they were originally created for the PS2. It got a port to the Wii, where it was arguably the most successful. And then it got us Okami Den, the spin-off on the 3DS. But Okami 2 is just not gonna be happening, probably. Sorry to ask, got here late. Can you upload this to the second channel? Yes, I am. It'll be on the second channel. Once I finish the stream and download the VOD. Yeah, it was Clover under Konami. Yeah, and Konami is Konami, and Konami is the worst. So, like, the hopes of anything happening with Okami, like, unless Nintendo straight up buys out the license to it, like, buys out the franchise from Konami, I wouldn't expect anything to happen with that. Especially since, like, Okami, like, certainly the original was a Zelda-like. Like, it was very much in that same style of game, and I don't know that they would want to sink the money into funding the development and publishing of a game that would compete directly with their Zelda franchise. It would be strange to do. And also, like, if anyone was going to work on it, it would have to be, like, Platinum Games. At this point, that's where you'd find most of the original developers concentrated now. But a lot of those have also just moved on, you know? Like, the team that created Okami doesn't really exist anymore, and it's a game that's not really, you can't just hand that to any game studio, right? Like, you can't just take Okami and hand that to any game studio and expect them to come up with something that's similar. It's like that is very much an indie game with a AAA aesthetic, you know? So, like, yeah, I don't have much hope for Okami 2. I think Okami is just gonna be the beautiful gem that it was forever. They've both said they wanted to do Okami, but the studio just isn't budging. Yeah, exactly. Like, because there's no reason to. Like, Okami is one of those, like, it's one of those things that's really popular with everyone who's ever played. As someone said in chat, like, everyone who's ever played it loves Okami, but not a lot of people played it. That's just the thing. Like, not a lot of people played it. Okay, that was a pretty good direct. I need to pre-order Tears of the Kingdom. Twitter is bugged as hell. Yeah. There's been all kinds of shit happening with Twitter. Bad platform. Yeah, I'm gonna scream about Layton on Tumblr. Better place to scream about Layton, surely. There's more Layton fans over there. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm gonna end the stream here, and then I'm gonna upload this as a VOD on the Let's Play channel. So if you missed anything, you can go there and go back and watch, if you want my reactions specifically. Any benefit to pre-ordering Tears of the Kingdom? No. I mean, unless you get the deluxe edition, I guess. But no, I'm just doing it because I wanna. Because I know I'm gonna buy it anyway. So, anyway, have a good night, everybody. I'm gonna have dinner.